Hello everybody, Gbenga Olatunji here. We had earlier discussed about business plan and we made mention of the content, vital contents of our good business plan, in which we talk about executive summary. And today we will be dealing with executive summary in details. Also, we discussed then about other content of a good business plan, in which we made mention that a good business plan should have a projection about the sales, about the costs. A good business plan must contain the management information about the management team. A good business plan must contain the technical side of things or the operations of the organization, must include it in there. A good business plan must have information about the products and services that are going to be rendered. All these now we are going to pick them one after the other in details. Now we are going for executive summary. The next is going to be on answering the question about items, information that we should put in business plan as it relates to the business or service we plan to execute business plan on. So let us move on to the business of the day. And if you are just joining us and yet to subscribe, please go and subscribe to GJAMES channel, and our returning viewers too that are yet to subscribe, we would love that you do same. Executive summary. This is a critical aspect of a business plan, undoubtedly, because we must not waste executive time. And if we are not going to waste executive time, we must be able to summarize everything that they need to know as it relates to the planned business, so that they can know how they can come in and easily take decision without looking at the elaborate business plan pages. Having said that, it is important for us to know also that a summary, executive summary for that matter, should not be more than 2 pages. If it's more than 2 pages, it simply shows that it seems not to be a summary anymore. That is just the simple truth. It may be more because it's not cast in stone, but because it's a summary, we should summarize, just as the name implies. That is what I mean. First and foremost, anybody that wants to put money into a business or support a venture will want to know the organization. That is true. So in preparing business plan and executive summary for that matter, we must quickly and briefly describe our company. So a brief description of the company's history is very key. What are the things that we've done before and we've engaged in, and what are the successes we've achieved, who are among or involved then. So a brief summary of the history of the organization. Another thing that we must quickly show in the executive summary is the company's objective. It is important, and the investors will not want to assume. We need to let them know what our corporate objectives are. So the company's objective in a snapshot must be mentioned. Then a brief description of the company's product or services. So if we want to put money here, what are we going to be selling? What are we going to be producing? So we must be able to convince them. Don't forget that business plan is a tool of communication among many other things. So we must be able to communicate about our product and our services that we are about to render. Then the markets the business will compete in. We need that to talk about the industry. The industry in which we are going into, we need to quickly mention it. A persuasive statement as to why and how the business will succeed. So, discussing the business competitive advantage or advantages. What edge do we have? What unique business advantage do we have? Do we have normal threshold, or we have a unique advantage? It's better to leverage on unique advantage rather than normal threshold of an industry. So we need to explain this and be very careful about it, because a knowledgeable investor will want to ride on unique business advantage rather than normal threshold. I hope we understand when I'm talking about threshold. We've dealt with this before, and if you are just joining us or new to what I just said, you can look at our playlist on corporate strategic management and ethics. Another vital information that we must not miss on the executive summary is projected growth for the company and the markets. How do we anticipate, what do we anticipate the market to be like in the nearest future? And what are the company's future growth and future development? So we need to quickly summarize those projections that we think that we can easily meet or even surpass. Then a brief description of the key management team, and this too is very important, because having been in the business world for a while and having made many business plans for many organizations and projects, I've come to realize that management team members are important to the success of a project. Some investors, just knowing that so and so as in a personality is behind a project, we definitely put money there. They will risk it all because they know what that personality stands for, who she is or who he is and stands for. So they can easily be persuaded. So our team members, management team members are very key and germane, and we must mention them, their background, their business exposure, their business history and successes, and unique advantage that they are bringing into the project. An executive summary also should have a description of funding requirements, because that is actually the bottom line. A business plan must be funded. A planned business must be funded, and we need to communicate about our expected funding requirements and put the figure there, even in the executive summary, including a timeline and how the funds will be used. Be as transparent and as concise as practicable. These are the things that we need to put in the executive summary within 2 pages and leave it there. Then move on to other chapters and content of the business plan. Next, we'll be talking about the product or service that we want to go into, and we are making the business plan on. From GJAMES Associate Channel, Gbenga Olatunji is my name. Please subscribe if you are yet to subscribe. Click the notification button. Click all so that you'll be notified as soon as we upload new videos. And comment, like, and share the video if you have learned one thing or the other and you want people around you to be beneficiary of it.